to talk about the cam systems, the TekCam. TekCam is a very simple cam system. It's uncomplicated and unbreakable. That's what I like about it. Its simplicity and its durability. The difference between the TekCam, the earlier TekCam, and the TekCam II is only the width, the footprint of the cam on the mast. The TekCam II has a wider footprint than the TekCam. We're still using the TekCam, the earlier one, because it is slightly lighter than the TekCam II. And the raceboard blade competitors are fanatics about lightweight. So the TekCam is used for the raceboard blade. The TekCam has a Velcro strap, and this allows the raceboard blades to be trimmed ultra soft for the low end. Amazing how little tension the raceboard blade guys apply to the raceboard blades when the wind is very light. And the problem with that very soft trim is that there is the possibility that the cam can jump off the mast. So to solve that problem, the raceboard blades use a Velcro strap that goes around the mast and prevents the cam from jumping off with extremely soft trim for the low end. We talk about the two versions we have, RDM, SDM, TekCam II. The SDM cams are placed into the sails in the factory, and the RDM cams are in the bag. And the cool thing about the TekCam system is that the RDM mast, SDM mast, they're interchangeable. You can use RDMs or SDMs because in your sail bag, for most sizes, you have the option of taking out the SDM cams and putting in the RDM cams. And the reason we put the SDM cams into the sails in the factory is that, let's say someone decides to rig their sail with the RDM cam, which is longer, it's 12 millimeters longer, and they rig with the RDM cams and use a SDM mast, which is a bigger diameter. This is a recipe for disaster. You can get the sail rigged, but it's extreme pressure on the mast because the cam is long and the mast is large diameter. So to avoid this situation, all the sails are equipped with SDM cams in the factory, and you have the option of removing the SDM cams, taking the RDM cams out of the sail bag, putting them in the sail, and rigging for the RDM. To talk about the mounting of the cam, inside the mast pocket on the mast panel, the mast panel would be, the front edge of the mast panel is here, the batten pocket is here, and this is the sewn cam interface. This one happens to be black on the sails, they're white. The sewn cam interface is what is accepting the TekCam, simply that. We did include from the beginning the metallic cam interface, and this is a nice little feature because every time the sail tacks from one side to the other, it goes through a resistance in the middle of the rotation. It's pushing against the sail quite aggressively as it goes through the tack. And without the metallic cam interface, the cam is resting directly on the sewn interface, and you can see over time, eventually, the contact point is degrading. So the metallic cam interfaces eliminate that degradation. The metallic cam interface is actually, in a way, a spacer. I'll talk about the spacers. But should you wish to soften the rotation, create more space for the cam, the MCI can be removed. It's not an obligation to keep it. And then if you want to create more tension on the mast pocket, there's the option of putting spacers in. So when the sail is not rigged, remove the cam, put the spacers in place. I wouldn't recommend more than 2, but it is possible to go to 3 spacers. And then put the cam back in place. And you can see that the distance between the mast panel front edge, where the MCI is mounted, and the cam is becoming larger with every spacer. Every spacer is 3.3 millimeters. So you can get, with 3 spacers, over 1 centimeter of extra distance between the cam and the luff panel front edge by putting the spacers in. So that's essentially it. No moving parts except for the rollers. The reason the screw is here is that the cam does get worked when it's rotating, when it's being put in, and the screw, the stainless steel screw with the locking nut, eliminates the possibility that the pins that hold the rollers can escape from if the cam should be distorted. But the cam is made with a lot of material. It's very beefy, and honestly, I've never seen in my entire life with TekCams any TekCam failing. They're indestructible, really. So yeah, that's it. TekCam II.